Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rose, and welcome to episode 230 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe in your favorite and leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations and social media profiles, which you can follow at Xboxin10. To start, let's talk game releases. Big games out last week were the Jackbox Party Pack 10 and Sonic Superstars. The games coming out this week include Cities Skylines 2, Just Dance 2024 Edition, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, Minico's Night Market, and Alan Wake 2. There are some new games for you to play on Game Pass and are coming soon, and they include the following. On cloud, console, and PC, you can now play F1 Manager 23 and Like a Dragonation. On October 24th, you can play Cities Skylines 2 on PC. On October 26th, you can play Dead Space Remake on cloud, Xbox Series X, and PC, Frog Detective on cloud and console, and Minico's Night Market on cloud, console, and PC. Then on October 31st, happy Halloween, you can play Headbangers Rhythm Royale on cloud, console, and PC, and Jasant on cloud, console, and PC. Now into last week's biggest news stories, and we have 4 to cover this week. Number 1, Phil Spencer explains why there won't be any Activision games on Game Pass in 2023. Rebecca Valentine at IGN writes, "So, Xbox owns Activision Blizzard now, right? So why are Call of Duty and Diablo not on Game Pass yet?" That's been a question on many people's minds lately now that Xbox's massive acquisition has finally closed. And today, Xbox head Phil Spencer showed up on the official Xbox podcast to try and answer it. During the podcast, Spencer was questioned about the recent news that we wouldn't see a massive drop of Activision Blizzard games on Game Pass immediately after the deal is finalized, as many had expected. As was pointed out, a major flood of Game Pass newcomers happened when Xbox acquired ZeniMax. 20 Bethesda games dropped onto the service just days after, including some of the company's biggest franchises. Where, then, are all the Activision Blizzard games? Why is this different? Per Spencer, they're coming, eventually, but the regulatory challenges surrounding this acquisition made it a bit trickier to navigate than the ZeniMax deal, and adding games to Game Pass isn't as simple as flipping a switch to put them on there. Quote, "The truth of the matter is when Activision Blizzard came that the regulatory process took so long, and frankly there was a lot of uncertainty in the process up until really a week before we closed, or the week of, when the CMA finally came down on their decision, that we weren't able to get in and work with mostly Activision Blizzard in this case, on that back catalog work," end quote, Spencer says. Quote, "So now that deal is closed, we're starting that work, but there is work." And their Twitter handle did put out something that talked about 2024. I think that's accurate. I would love it if there was some kind of secret celebration drop that was coming in the next couple of weeks. There's not, end quote. Spencer went on to acknowledge that the lack of a celebratory sudden drop was, quote, "a little bit of a downer," end quote, but reassured that the games are coming, eventually including